Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not the type who will go very far in his career, even if he talks about it sometimes. He puts in effort and tries to keep busy, but he doesn't usually make strong moves to stand out or climb higher. He's unlikely to chase big promotions or new challenges.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't break down or make a scene. Instead, he quietly pulls back and keeps things to himself. He won't argue or fight for his side, and he usually avoids direct confrontations.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work aren't likely to fight with him because he avoids arguments and doesn't push his opinions strongly. He keeps to himself and doesn't create drama, so open fights are rare. He may not be very popular or well loved because he doesn't go out of his way to build close bonds or show warmth.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he probably won't show much pride or support, but he also won't get openly jealous or competitive. He tends to stay quiet about feelings and doesn't share much, so you may never truly know what's going on inside. He's not likely to celebrate your success out loud or offer big encouragement.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's not the type to openly resent you or start arguments if you earn more than him. He usually keeps his feelings hidden and steps back instead of speaking out. Don't expect grand celebrations from him, but also don't expect secret anger.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He doesn't put much thought or strict planning into handling money. He's not reckless with spending, but he also isn't very organized or careful. He tends to go with the flow and may sometimes spend without much planning.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. He isn't the type to show off with expensive things or try to impress others by living beyond his budget. If you value stability and honesty about financial matters, he mostly offers that.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't really open handed or especially kind either with money or with his attitude. He's not likely to go out of his way to help or spoil others, And you may not see him sharing much, whether it's time, gifts, or heartfelt gestures. He keeps things to himself, both in his wallet and in his heart.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more on the quiet side about money, but not controlling or secretive. He tends to keep things simple and doesn't make big fusses over financial matters. You might have to ask him directly if you want details.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He isn't someone who will loudly insist that housework is only your job, but he also won't step forward eagerly to share the load. He tends to quietly do his own thing and may not notice when things need to be done. You may find yourself managing most tasks unless you clearly ask him to pitch in.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's not the type to jump in and take on chores or diaper duty on his own. Most times he keeps to himself and waits for you to do things unless you directly ask him to help. He's more likely to stand back quietly than to supervise you or tell you what to do.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is not the type to argue or fight just to prove his point. Instead, he listens quietly and avoids confrontation. But he may not really try hard to understand your feelings or see your side fully. He is more likely to keep quiet and let you talk, rather than dive into a true conversation.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he doesn't usually say hurtful things or act aggressive. Instead, he keeps quiet and steps away from the situation. He avoids yelling or making rude comments, and you are unlikely to see any dramatic outbursts.
Does he have a bad temper?
He does not get angry very quickly. He is calm and tends to hold his feelings in rather than lose his temper. This isn't a red flag when it comes to anger. He doesn't show sudden or unsafe behavior.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He isn't likely to blame you or get defensive, but he might also find it hard to say sorry openly or take clear responsibility. Instead, he tends to keep quiet and step back when there's a mistake or misunderstanding. He doesn't want to fight, but he also may not take that extra step to admit when he's wrong.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is the type who avoids conflict and doesn't push hard when faced with resistance, so he is likely to respect your boundaries. If you say no to something, he won't argue or try to change your mind. Instead, he will quietly accept it and step back. Sometimes he may not talk much about expectations, so it's good to be clear with him.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He is not the type to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of sulking or getting upset, he will quietly accept your response and step back. Don't expect him to talk deeply about it, but he won't hold it against you either.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can trust him not to use private moments to hurt or embarrass you later. He keeps things to himself and avoids creating drama or drawing attention. If something goes wrong between you, he will prefer silence over revenge or gossip.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is more likely to be faithful than to get easily distracted by other women. He tends to keep to himself and doesn't go out of his way to chase attention or form new close relationships. Romance and excitement from others might not catch his eye because he values routine and avoids making waves.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not the type to be over possessive or act jealous and controlling. If you spend time with others or get attention, he's unlikely to question you, spy on you, or make you feel guilty. He prefers peace and is not interested in creating fights over trust or suspicion.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him, a protective nature is not a sign of a controlling personality. He doesn't have a strong urge to oversee or direct your actions, and he's not someone who will try to control your choices in the name of care or safety. If he's ever protective, it's gentle and quiet, not pushy or forceful.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's not likely to see parenting as a true team effort. Most often, he will quietly expect you to do most of the work with the kids. He's not demanding, but he's also not very involved.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm and not lose his temper. He doesn't quickly react with anger or loud words. Instead, he tends to keep his emotions inside and may just withdraw or step away from the situation.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will not stand in your way when it comes to being both a mother and your own person, but don't expect him to cheer you on loudly or give open support. He is more likely to quietly let you handle your own choices and personal growth without much interference. If you need active encouragement or shared enthusiasm, you might have to ask for it, as he naturally stays on the sidelines and lets you be.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
He's not the kind of man to make a big show of supporting your career, nor is he likely to push you later to quit after having a child. If you choose to keep working, he will quietly let you do so. If you decide to stop, he will accept that too. He rarely pushes his own plans or demands. He simply steps back and lets things unfold.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth or deep affection may be missing. He will not start arguments or behave disrespectfully, but he also won't go out of his way to build a close bond or make your parents feel special. He offers peaceful manners, but not heartfelt connection. He is not the type to expect your family to change for him, but he also won't make a strong effort to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly by staying quiet and avoiding drama. He is not the type to argue, shout, or make problems bigger. Instead, he may pull back and let you deal with the situation on your own.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He won't strongly demand that you act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives, nor will he clearly support you in being more modern. He usually stays quiet and avoids giving firm instructions or standing up for your choices. You will probably have to make those choices yourself, as he won't step in either way.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it rather than openly support you or side against you. He avoids conflict and finds it easier to keep quiet than to pick sides or get involved in family drama. He isn't one to create trouble, but he also doesn't make you feel strongly backed up.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not likely to be a strong mummy's boy who openly supports his mother against you, but he also won't easily choose your side in a conflict. When trouble comes up, he prefers to stay silent and avoid taking sides altogether. You won't see him arguing with his mother for you or making bold moves to defend you.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He keeps things to himself and avoids talking openly about personal problems, especially outside the home. It's not his style to gossip or look for advice from family members about your relationship.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out feels steady but often a bit lonely. He sticks to his routines, avoids big arguments, and doesn't make much of a fuss. Life is mostly calm and quiet.